And now it's time for
Coffee Talk.
Thanks to EFB, we get to
Spill the tea.
And I forgot Ashley and
Brittany.
Well, there we go. We made it. We made it work. How's it going today?
It's going.
Yeah.
It's been a week, a
Yeah,
shitty week,
it
to
has.
put it bluntly. Lots of misfortunes, but we have time, and we are fortunate enough to be together, and I
Yes.
do appreciate that, and I appreciate this podcast and EFB. We worked hard to get here.
Yes, we did.
And I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, sitting around the table, I do want to mention, obviously, we lost somebody very important to not only the Muddy River family, but us as individuals. Shane McDermott was a hell of a man and father and husband and very involved in our community and in politics and making things right. And if you didn't get a chance to watch our Club Muddy with him, it was one of our earlier ones, but it was really special and now is even more so, I think. He was quite the man, and he had convictions like no one else, and he started,
Pun intended.
He did. I mean, I didn't mean it that way, but he did, and he kind of, he was the epitome of how you start over, how you make things right with yourself and with others around you, and he did it really well, and he was a good friend and a good man, and although I know the world and especially his close friends and family are experiencing a loss that no one should have to endure, we as a world, as a community, as friends, were very, very lucky to have known him. So,
Wow.
yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there because I know that you don't often want to talk so candidly about things like this.
Yeah.
But you were very tight with him, so I wanted to kind of pay a little homage to
Thank you.
you and the rest of everyone else who knew and loved him.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
of course. And now it's really hard to transition from that, but we are going to.
So Shane liked hard work, and this word has been just popping out at me every which way.
Yeah.
Meritocracy.
Okay.
So meritocracy is basically a government or a body of reigning power that rewards the best people, the best of the best.
Is it like an ideology?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think, it's just been screaming at me in all aspects of life, because I think it's something that we all strive to. I think we want that in life, but that's not the way that life goes.
I think it's also kind of how we're raised. If you do good things come back to you,
Yeah.
right? And even in the workforce, in corporate world, you get merit increases. So, if you're providing good, you get good back. Sometimes it's not always like that, though.
No. And then I guess there's the question is there ever a true, meritocracy?
Meritocracy,
Yeah, meritocracy. See, again, the word's just shining at me, and I'm like, okay. Because, everyone is on different playing fields, so it kind of, you question, is it ever really fair?
I mean, again, I was taught from a very young age that life is not fair.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't get things that you work for, not just based on merit, but based on hard work, and you go after something, and the harder you try, I think the more likely you are to be rewarded. So there are different circumstances, there are different playing fields, but I think regardless of what playing field you're on, hard work can take you to that next field. It can take you to that next level. It can take you to, it can open up more possibilities. If you sit back and you just kind of take on this I can't get anywhere mentality, you're probably not going to get anywhere unless you meet the right person at the right time, which has happened before.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, a lot of people say it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I think in certain circumstances that reigns true. However, even if you don't know something, but you know someone, after a while, that prettiness of knowing them wears off, and they don't care about how they met you. They just want you to do a good job.
Yeah.
Right?
I also question, what is the feeling or the outcome in those situations too? Like when you've got somewhere because of who you know rather than what you did or what you showed for this.
Yeah.
Is rewarding? Like some of those things.
I think,
I think they matter, outside of finances and success and stuff like that. I think some of the true success in life is when you do these things.
you work your ass off for something.
And you're working it off for yourself, though.
Yeah.
For that, hey, I did this.
I think there's always going to be some amount of karma or universal righting of the wrongs because it's, so let's say you get somewhere because you know someone. Well, maybe that someone isn't always going to be in a position to keep you there. Maybe you show your true colors and you basically kind of show the full picture of maybe I shouldn't be where I am, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I know I'm speaking a lot of like, I don't know. I want to put it point blank because there are a couple times where I've been in the right spot at the right time, but it also coupled with
Hard work.
I worked hard to get there,
Yeah.
right? So I got my first day job, my 8 to 5, because I was a bartender at the Abbey and the right person came in and I gave them the right service and they offered me a job.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that that was better than my Abbey job because let's be quite frank, the Abbey was quite a lucrative position career for a long time. But it did give me that next level, right? And I think that anybody who would have been in my position that day or that month when they were coming in,
Yeah.
Regardless of how they were brought there, they may have had that same opportunity,
Yeah.
right? One of the things I always tell my kids,
Right place, right time.
yes, but because I worked to get there.
Yeah.
So sometimes it kind of goes hand in hand. I always tell my kids, and I tell people when I work with them now, always act and present yourself as if your next boss were watching you, because you never know when they are, right? You never know who you're impressing or conversely letting down simply by acting or not smiling or not picking up that garbage or, a certain way. I will say also, and I'm not trying to like railroad this because I know that there was obviously a place you wanted to take this. There are people that get places that get things that they don't deserve. That doesn't and shouldn't inhibit the work of those around that person. Because again, cosmically, universally, karmically, it's going to come back. And that's just my belief, right? You work really hard, you get where you are, you make connections. Those connections don't just go away. Now, if you didn't make connections and you didn't pay for, anything along the way, you don't have anything to keep you there once your true colors start shining.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that's
a
what
foundation.
I keep telling myself.
Yeah.
That's what my good friends with good advice keep telling me too. So, I don't really want to jab into what it is, but yeah, I feel like you said, it will come around.
Yeah.
But it's always good to recognize these things because we learn from history. And, if you took meritocracy into history, one could question, would the fall of Rome happen?
Right.
I'm not going to question it right now. Instead,
I
I
was like,
figured we're going to move on. And
No, I think it's a really good topic, and I think that the foundation you build helps you continue to grow and at least stay where you are, right? And if you don't have that foundation, it's really hard to build upon anything. So you have a very strong foundation in everything you do, from your work to your family, your friendships, the way you support our community. I think you walk the talk, and that makes a big difference in how people perceive you and the kind of connections and resources that you build along the way. And I think that's where you differ.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Speaking of hard work, our very own Michele McCormack she's always working hard.
Oh my gosh, that girl!
She really is.
She is next to hard work in the dictionary. That girl, I
know I'm biased, but I honestly think of her as like the best reporter in our area, especially like when it comes to real journalism and reading stories. I came across a story recently. I forgot the exact details because the story, because the comments distracted me. Shame on me. But the
haven't you learned yet?
The story itself, she was describing like the defendant's eyes and where they were, and then what happened next with the crowd and this and this from her perspective, which I thought made incredible journalism. Like, it was not only the facts straightforward, but then at the end, a reflection a little bit of what she saw. And then somebody came in the comments and was, ragging on her. And as soon as I was getting ready to, say something, but then I noticed he had a neck beard.
Yeah.
And so then...
So no one's told him that that's not cool. So maybe no one's told him it's not cool to comment shitty things on a
then I had to look up, I'm like, what are the purposes of neck beards?
Yeah.
I honestly was like, well, there's got to be a reason for somebody
It keeps your neck warm.
Yeah, I mean...
That's, right?
I guess.
Or you just forgot to shave. Luke gets a pretty gnarly neck beard, and he'll forget to shave, and
but
then he's so embarrassed.
Does he just leave just the neck beard? I mean, it was... I think sometimes they grow it because they can't have the ability to do this. But then it elongates and it's like Abraham Lincoln style. I don't know. But
so it just gets in his soup and doesn't cover any face?
I guess. Well, neckbeard actually is a derogatory term, a new age derogatory term for someone or an individual that spends too much time online and has bad grooming.
Oh.
But it's also...
How appropriate, huh?
I know, but it's also a thing. So
interesting.
Yeah, I've been looking before I speak.
Well, I mean, because some people it's just not worth your time. But I do want to add on to the Michele piece because she tries very, very hard to report in ways that no one else does aside from the factual representation of everything, right?
Yeah.
She wears her heart on her sleeve.
Yep.
And I'm not, saying that so that people feel sorry for her, but she cares about this community. She cares about every case, every article. She pours herself into it. Mm-hmm. And to the point of, I want to make sure that I'm not representing this person wrong, so I don't just want it to be a mugshot.
Yes.
I want it to be a picture from
She cares about every detail.
Person.
So if, there was a world of meritocracy for reporters and we were measuring them up, I honestly, again, I know I'm biased, but she would be at the top.
Yeah, and I hope that everybody, and I know some people you can't even tell if they're real anymore online, so hopefully we still have, because humans were meant, we're made to be empathetic, we're made to be kind, and I think the social media, everybody wants to be everybody wants to be the prominent voice that's heard or get the most likes, and they don't really care what it is.
And that's not the route that you go about doing that, is being kind. So.
I know. Yeah. Well, I think, there's always room for improvement, and that is the good news, right? I mean, we always have room to improve as humans, to be like people that we look up to, and hopefully we recognize those areas for improvement and act on them. That's I think what growth and expanding who we are and our abilities and even empathy, right? It's always growing. Do you want to?
Well, speaking of good news.
Yeah, I was going to say good news brews.
Yeah.
Is it time? There's no shortage of good news brews. I mean, obviously, if you're looking online, you're going to find something that is a dumpster fire, politics, insurance, taxes, right? But there's no shortage of good stuff happening. This past weekend, something very personal to me. My girlfriend was diagnosed with breast cancer recently, and her sister and some friends put together a benefit. And I'm telling you, the show of support and love on that day was, the
house was packed.
It was uplifting. She was beside herself, still can't believe it. I mean, it's just seeing things like that. It's like, just go be involved in some goodness, because it brings back, your faith in humanity a lot. So obviously I wish her, a very positive journey moving forward, but thank you to everybody who showed up and showed out. It was, very appreciative. The second thing that I want to talk about, because I would be remiss if I didn't mention this, there was a little gal, and I don't have all the facts, so if you have more information, let me know. She was at 30th and State, I believe, selling lemonade yesterday, because she, as a wrestler, just found out she was going to state, and she wanted to help foot the bill for getting herself to this state wrestling championship. So not only good luck to you, young lady, but kudos, right?
Yeah.
Going to state as a, I don't want to throw out the female thing, but it is still kind of
That.
unheard of and special, right? So we want to make sure that
Working hard.
working hard to get yourself there. Those are qualities that I'm talking about when we need to build that foundation and develop those characteristics that make us functioning and positive members of a society, right? And those people always are the ones who make the best employees or employers, and they make the world go round, right?
Yeah, we couldn't do it without them. Also, we couldn't do our giveaway today without the district. I love giving. We have giveaways on Coffee Talk.
We do.
All the time.
We're lucky for that.
Yes.
That's cool.
Okay, so I ran to the Dollar Tree for my pot of gold, but they've already moved on to
springtime.
Easter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was an Easter basket or a pot.
Hey, that's a pretty close pot. And
yeah,
it's got like
my
beehives on it. So there's honey, which is often considered liquid gold. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Bing, bang, boom.
Okay, so thank you to everyone that entered our Facebook district contest
So it's for
the pub crawl
crawl.
giveaways.
Yeah.
So the winner gets to pick up a pair of tickets. They pick it up at the district office, 501 Hampshire.
And it's for the St. Patrick's Day
Pub crawl this Saturday.
Okay.
So
fun.
Pick up those tickets quick.
Pick them up quick and get ready to have the time of your life. It's going to be a blast. Joanna Lada Coons.
Nice.
Did I say that right?
I think so.
Joanna
Yep.
Lada Coons.
Congratulations on your tickets.
Congratulations. Go pick up those tickets and
It's your lucky day.
It is your lucky day. Have fun crawling around those pubs.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect. All right, on that note, I think that does it for today's
Coffee Talk.
Thank you so much, EFB.